Hello fellow shadows, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to explain why I feel like for a lot of fans, The Rise of Skywalker was a better movie than The Last Jedi. Jump cut time. Sorry, my cat was distracting me, so here's why I feel like some fans like me enjoyed The Rise of Skywalker more than The Last Jedi. And don't get me wrong, The Rise of Skywalker has flaws too, but I feel like, yeah, in all three movies in this trilogy, they respected Leia a lot. Yeah, it might be because of the whole what she has to be, what she may or may not have between her legs, but in this trilogy, I feel like they respected Leia a lot. Or in this trilogy, and what they did with Leia in Episode 9, even though Carrie Fisher sadly passed 3 years ago, I feel like, or 4 years ago now, I feel like with what they had to work with, I feel like they respected both Carrie Fisher and Leia in The Rise of Skywalker. The Luke that we got in this movie, oh yeah, and spoiler alert to The Rise of Skywalker, but the Luke that we got in this movie was more of the Luke that we were introduced, that we were shown, and went on that adventure in the original trilogy. Because, yeah, in The Force Awakens, there was a lot of wonder, there's a lot of potential, like, why was Luke in hiding this entire time? There was a... The Force Awakens was a pretty good setup. There was, like, bunch of stories that the next person could have told after JJ did Episode 7. Rian Johnson made Luke a grumpy old man, and a lot of fans did not enjoy that. And I can't really blame them. And like I said, the only reason why I was okay with grumpy old Luke, because I figured he was going to be in Episode 9. So, as long as we got the Luke that we knew in Episode 9, I can kind of not get as angry as some other fans. And keyword I said, not as angry. 3 words. Because I was kind of like disappointed a bit. I'll admit, like, okay, Luke is being an unnecessary ass to Rey. Like, yeah, the Force Ghost Yoda scene in The Last Jedi kind of made Luke realize, hey, I shouldn't be doing this, and referred Luke back to like the Luke we knew from like Return of the Jedi, but still. Well, of course, more mature and stuff like that with more like experience. So when we saw, like, when I saw Luke in the theaters, like for Rise of Skywalker, I said, "Oh my God, yes!" I mean, grabbing the lightsaber, even though it's the Force Ghost, like after Rey tries to throw the lightsaber. Well, this is Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber, but pretend this is the Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber. After Rey tries to throw the lightsaber in the TIE Fighter, we see a hand like this. And then we see him walking out. And he looks at his lightsaber. And Rey said, "A Jedi's lightsaber deserves my respect. What are you doing?" And I thought that was cool. That was a pretty badass line. Yeah, it may or may not have been a shot to Rian Johnson for when Luke did this. But over the shoulder in The Last Jedi. But the Luke that we got in here was the more of the George Lucas version of Luke that we grew to know and love, and I like it. Like, I feel like Luke was handled with more respect in here than he was in The Last Jedi. Like, I like Luke Skywalker more, and he's my favorite character. So seeing positive Luke in here was great. Yeah, they had the stupid Raylo's kiss, which was, I found it personally awkward, because, like, I personally did not see any any interest from Rey in that sense. I, from, The Last Jedi, the interest I seen from Rey in Kylo Ren was more like a friendship, a potential family, not romantic. And I do mean family as in, a non-romantic sense type family. Oh, I totally have to marry him type thing. Just family, like, brother and sister, a weird brother and sister relationship, which I would have accepted more. Or, just because she naturally cares and wants to see him revert back to the light side. So I thought that kiss personally was awkward. I mean, I'm not going to sit here like some people saying, oh, if you liked Raylo, then there's something wrong with you. Because I don't believe that. If you guys like Raylo, good for you. But for me, that kiss was weird. We hear some of the Jedi voices, which I kind of explained in my review for it on this channel. And that was pretty good. Long story short, so I won't be ranting and ranting and ranting. I feel like J.J. Abrams heard a lot of fans' criticisms of The Last Jedi and tries to correct that, like Rey training, that and how the Luke that a lot of us loved wasn't the Luke that we got in The Last Jedi. There wasn't really any character development, because yeah, in The Force Awakens, like I said, they have a wonderful setup. Last Jedi, for character development, that wasn't much character development. Yeah, now we know that Poe is kind of like a Han Solo Jr. with his backstory. Finn and Rose Tico aren't a thing. Finn is a Force sensitive, apparently. Rey has training. She's a Palpatine. We actually got the answer to her lineage in this movie, when in reality we should have got it in The Last Jedi. And like I said, Luke got more respect. Yeah, there was a few references to The Last Jedi in here, like Pores Act 2, Luke actually saying that him staying on Act 2 was out of fear, and he was wrong in letting fear control him, because fear is the destiny of the Jedi. So I actually do like that. Luke, this is Luke that we knew, that he is owning his mistake, and he's trying to help another person not doing the same mistake that he has done, especially when the whole lightsaber toss thing. And then, yeah, Lando came back, which he should have been like the Master Code Breaker in The Last Jedi, as a tease. And then pretty much Lando, yeah, things will probably be a bit different for Lando's character, but in the Rise of Skywalker, but the overall premise of where they took Lando could have been the same, pretty much. Because we didn't see Finn or Rose Tico interact with the Master Code Breaker in The Last Jedi, and if Lando was the Master Code Breaker in The Last Jedi, at least we could see Lando in 2 of the sequel trilogy movies, but they didn't. They have Han Solo, but as the Force or Leia doing that to Kylo Ren's mind, so that way he can kill off Kylo Ren and become Ben Solo once again, which he does. them practically like having the final battle for Endgame in the Rise of Skywalker, but just Star Wars fighting it. Uh, then bring back the Emperor with like it can be a good thing, can be a bad thing, depends on how you look at it. I gotta mention the same sex kiss thing, like two females kissing each other. Who cares? Like seriously, who cares? Like they're not prominent characters. It only lasts. We only see them kiss for like 3 seconds before it switches to something else. Like, why are you doing this, internet? Why are you making a big deal of that? It's like, yeah, those are the first gay people that we saw in the Star Wars universe. But it shouldn't be a problem because we have gay in our own lives. So why not? My major complaint about this movie is the ending, though. Like, my only major complaint about the Rise of Skywalker is the ending. All the other, all the other complaints I might have are like kind of small compared to the ending of the Rise of Skywalker when Rey goes to the Lars homestead. And this is after she buries Luke's and Anakin's and Leia's lightsabers. A woman asks, "Who are you?" Rey says, "I'm Rey Skywalker." When you're not. I understand the reason the reason why she said it, because it'd be a hard work not getting blasted by being a Palpatine, and unfortunately for her, she'll probably have a struggle in her life if she like tells everyone, "Hey, I'm a Palpatine." So even though I understand, I kind of get where they're coming from. I still hate how they had Rey say, "I'm Rey Skywalker," when she's not. I mean, yeah, it gives Darth Sidious more of a chance, like more of a significance, but still, it's just like in terms of having her be a Palpatine, and that's not the thing I'm complaining about. If they're going to have her say, "I'm Rey Skywalker," then she should have been the daughter of Luke Skywalker. And yeah, and my biggest complaint about The Last Jedi is them killing off Luke. Not exactly them killing him off, just how they killed him off. Because I feel like if they were going to kill Luke off, he deserved a more of a badass death. Yoda's send off was okay because it was old age. It was understandable. Obi-Wan's because Darth Vader killed him. Han Solo because I was more okay with Han Solo's death than Luke Skywalker's. I was more okay with Leia's death than Luke Skywalker's because with Han Solo at least that made sense. Leia, it might not have made a lot of sense to some people, but it made more sense than Luke's. I admit that. Leia's death made more sense than Luke Skywalker's. And we actually get confirmation that Leia was training the race of the Jedi, even though she sensed that the death of her son was approaching. Like, Ben Solo was going to be lost to the dark side and come out as Kylo Ren. But at least we got to see that Leia was trained to use the Force. And finally, Rey gets a lightsaber. This is the one thing I'm going to say as a positive between these three trilogies. You know, they should have had it before in the movie, but Rey gets her own lightsaber. Like, finally, they can stop saying the Skywalker lightsaber is Rey's, because it's not. It's more like the Skywalker lightsaber that she, used in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, but it's more of the Skywalker saber. If anything, because Luke had it in one or two movies, Anakin had it in two movies, Obi-Wan had it for, like, in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. So, yeah, if anything, it's the Skywalker saber, which that was used by Palpatine that was later used by a Solo being Skywalker's descendant, and I'm referring to Kylo Ren. But thankfully, they can stop calling Anakin's lightsaber because it's technically Anakin's. I'm saying Skywalker because Luke also owned it for a while. But they can stop calling Anakin's lightsaber Rey's lightsaber. Well, it's not, because that's totally inaccurate. That is Anakin's lightsaber that Anakin used. Obi-Wan pretty much stole from Mustafar to eventually give to Luke, who Luke lost, who ended up coming into Rey's possession, who Kylo Ren uses towards the end of uh, Rise of Skywalker. So, and you don't really need to see The Last Jedi to see The Rise of Skywalker, because for the most part, J.J. Abrams doesn't really acknowledge the The Last Jedi. Like, yeah, he kept the "Your parents are nobodies" line from The Last Jedi, but he kind of built on that. That was like one of the few things that J.J. Abrams kept from The Last Jedi. But it's like there's only like a very few things where J.J. Abrams kept from The Last Jedi. So J.J. Abrams had acknowledged the prequels, the originals, kinda. Well, the originals more than the prequels, and The Force Awakens, and a little bit of The Last Jedi. Here's my second biggest complaint, because and it was like my biggest, right? The second one is they didn't show Anakin. They had Anakin's voice, but they didn't show Anakin. And yeah, that was a disappointment not seeing Anakin. I did enjoy hearing him. Seeing him would have been better, even especially towards the end. Even if we see like Rey, like going off Act 2, we see Anakin just Force Ghost Anakin by Luke, Force Ghost Luke. That would have been cool. Like, not saying anything. Just watching as she goes off the planet. I would have been happy with that. And then still had the part that Hayden Christensen played in The Rise of Skywalker. But I feel like J.J. Abrams was trying to make a lot of fans happy and try to correct Rian Johnson's mess. And to a certain extent, he had successfully fixed Rian Johnson's mess, at least some of it. I still say The Last Jedi is like not the worst movie of the Star Wars movies, because the holiday special, and I don't know which is worse between Solo and Last Skywalker. The Last Jedi. So yeah, J.J. Abrams tried his best to fix some things that Rian Johnson messed up in the Star Wars universe, and try to please some fans, which, like I said, to a certain extent, he was successful in both. J.J. Abrams, and even though there are some things that I would have done differently, like I would have showed Anakin, I would have had Rey be a Skywalker, making the ending make more sense. Have Finn and Rey kiss if we wanted to kiss Finn and Rey. Those would be the things I would change, and have Anakin in there. Since you're gonna have Darth Sidious in there, have Anakin in there too. At some point, even if it's just standing there, the way I said, or telling her, like, where you can see him. I was foolish for joining the dark side. I gave up on everything. Don't be like me. And Luke said, or me. Because, as a little jab towards Rian Johnson. With the Luke part. And something along those lines. those are the things I would have either changed or added in the movie. And actually have Matt Smith like it was reported to have had Matt Smith in. Outside of those changes, or add-ons I would make, I wouldn't really change anything because this movie was a pretty decent movie. It was more consistent in the Star Wars lore than the Last Jedi was, and it was more respectful to the characters that came before, and in like that came before uh Episode 9, in my opinion. Yeah, I would have given Rose a bit more screen time. That's another thing I would change. Besides the alien that we see in the Millennium Falcon, just the beginning, with Poe and Finn on the Millennium Falcon and Chewbacca, that they should have had Rose Tico on the Millennium Falcon. That way, we could have seen more Rose Tico, and she would have had more things to do than just sit there, help Leia, and looking pretty. Which, one thing I'll say, I like Rose in here more than in The Last Jedi. And in the final battle, I'm sorry. This might make me seem like a player, which I'm not, but Kelly Marie Tran, especially in the final battle, was pretty cute. I'm sorry, she was. I, like, I can't help it say that. She was. She was. But, so I put, taking that last part I said about Rosie Go and Kelly Marie Tran, I feel like even though she had not as big of a role as she had in The Last Jedi, I feel like her character, even though she was written in The Last Jedi, was handled with more respect than in the movie that she was introduced to. And at first, there are reports that she might get her own show. If she does, I'd be willing to watch it. So, yeah. So, do you guys like The Last Jedi better than The Rise of Skywalker? Or The Rise of Skywalker better than The Last Jedi? Leave a comment down below. And please don't bash each other. If you guys have opposing opinions, please. Because there's already a lot of negativity in the world. We don't need to add any more negativity by bashing each other if we simply disagree with each other in any way, shape, or form. So, leave a comment on what you guys think. Like, in terms of which movie do you guys like better? The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker? And why? Leave a comment down below and may the force be with us all. And I'll see you guys next time.